Welcome. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I want to get started right away. We're out in the fresh air, and so I want to make sure that we have water, cleanse ourselves, um, taking care of those lips. We have our lotion. Okay, some things that I want to talk about first before we get started is that I want to tell you a little bit of how our guides work. Early in the wee hours this morning, all of a sudden in my dream, I was placed into a hospital. I wasn't a patient in the hospital. However, I was at a hospital that I wasn't familiar with, and I was searching for my dad. It wasn't that it was like a major emergency kind of thing, but I was searching for my dad in this hospital. Well, within moments, it was like 3:30. My eldest son came up and woke us up and said that my dad, who lives in another state, was in the hospital and we needed to call his partner ASAP. We needed to talk to him. And I was like, um, I was just thrown for a loop. I'm woken out of the middle of a dream, which I had just been placed into the dream setting where I was in a hospital looking for my dad. So as soon as I got through talking with my dad's partner to find out that my dad has a brain tumor, so I'm asking that we include him in this session today. But my dad has a brain tumor, and they were going to go in at 8 o'clock to do the surgery to try and remove it. So as soon as I got off the phone with my dad's partner, I had my amethyst, and since the tumor is here on the left side above the ear, I placed my amethyst here, and I focused on my dad, of sending that energy to my dad for healing to draw out whatever it is that's in this space. Okay, that was at 3:30. By 6:35, we got a phone call from my dad's partner, and he had said that your dad wants to talk to you. They're getting ready for the prep for the surgery, and your dad wants to talk to you. I said okay. So I talked with my dad, and during the phone call, one part of me had this feeling of he was repeating information because it is the brain tumor on the brain. So therefore, part of they were noticing that he was disoriented and out of balance. But after doing the session, after the phone call this morning, and I worked with the amethyst, he was very clear that he wanted to make sure that he spoke to me on the phone. And of course, like I said, the first thing I thought of was that he was repeating the information saying his partner, the surgery was from 8 to 12, his partner would be calling everyone, and he would be letting the family know how everything was going with my dad. And so I felt that moment of where he was repeating things, but then I also felt this overwhelming emotion that he was very clear he needed to speak to me. He wanted to hear my voice. He wanted to make sure that he told me that he loved me, and we said goodbye. All within 5 minutes. I mean, it couldn't have been more than 5 minutes. It really couldn't have been. It was so fast. But it seemed as though that taking the opportunity after speaking to my dad's partner, using the crystals and giving a energy healing session at the time, it made him clear enough to be able. He very clearly knew that he wanted to speak to me. Now he didn't say my name, which because part of that can affect your speech. So I totally got that. So of course he called me honey, and but I had total knowingness and the clearness that he was very clear. He was going to hear from me and tell me that he loves me. before he went into surgery. It was all that quick. So now here in Indianapolis, which is also the same time as where my dad's at, we have not heard back yet as to him out of surgery and what's going on with that. So I will be keeping you all informed as I discover that information as well. And so it's possible that I could be taking a trip to go to wherever it is to go see my dad. It could be that I could be there to help take care of, or it could be for other reasons. So either way, I know that I'm supposed to be here, and I'm supposed to be connected to him to be able to, regardless, help him through what it is he's going through. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the last of our this is the last of this month's focus, where we are focused on the shiny thing of the month, which is black tourmaline, and we're focusing on our root chakra. And we've been doing everything relative to our root chakra in order to strengthen our career, our finances, everything that is um, for the physical, that is relative to our safety, our shelter, which is our home and everything. So we are able to, we've been focusing on that this month. And so, of course, the color is red or black to be able to focus on. So we'll go ahead and get started. Make sure you stay tuned. So shortly after today's session, the newsletter will go out with all the links, all the updates on all the information as to how to follow along, so you can share this with your friends and family and those that you feel could benefit from it. It'll have the grid um, as well as today's video and the cards. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and ground ourselves. So take a moment, take a deep breath, relax, allow energy to just flow out and release into Mother Earth. Allow it to actually separate from us and actually separate out of our food. And now we're going to shield. I'm going to put a large shield around us. We're going to envision a white bubble with pink for compassion and unconditional love surrounding us from head to toe. And we'll connect with that. And now we're going to ask Archangel Michael, we're going to ask all of our spirit guides, healers of the past, present, and future to join with us as we go through this. We're gonna again focus on our root chakra. So we're going to clear any energies that no longer serve our highest good that are attached to this area. And so I have my quartz pendulum and my guides have you use when I'm working with others to amplify that the energy. So we're going to ask first, are there energies that can be cleared at this time? And we ask that, can we clear these energies? Is it appropriate for us to clear these energies at this time? And we say yes. Okay. So now take a deep breath in. And now we're going to, at this time, we're going to allow them to clear this energy. Again, into my pendulum, clearing the energy that moves from left to right. And then it can move in all different directions. So until for me is yes, this is a clockwise position until it stops. Once all those energies that can be removed at this time are released. So here we go. We allow this energy to release from ourselves. We allow all the fears, worries, judgments, doubts, anything that does not serve our highest good anymore. Any attachments that we have with others. We allow this energy to release from us. Allow it to actually separate from our body. release, completely drain it out of our feet and into Mother Earth so that she can recycle that energy, so that it can be used for someone else higher purpose. And allow that energy to release all fears, worries, judgments, doubts, emotional pain, all that does not serve our highest good anymore. So allow that to release. Breathe naturally, how relax every muscle in the body, all of our body. Know that it's going into Mother Earth, that she's a giant washing machine, she's capable of transmuting that energy from negative to positive. And allow that energy to leave our body, actually leave us, completely leave our feet, really, totally leave our feet. Thanks. Okay, now we're going to charge each one of the chakras, and then we're going to put a protective shield to each one of the chakras, and then we'll round out with some chakras. So we'll start with the root chakra, and then turn in clockwise position to be able to charge. So we start with our root chakra, and it's still an unconditional healing. And the root chakra is the space in our spine. And we'll move into our sacral chakra, which is between the base of our spine and our belly button. Let's charge this area of overflowing unconditional healing. Now we move into our solar plexus between our belly button and our heart. We allow unconditional healing to come into this. And we move to our heart chakra. We allow unconditional healing to come in. To our throat, jaw, and ears areas, that's this chakra. This is where we express ourselves, like our truth. We charge it over time. Now we move into our third eye, physical eyes, and our sinuses, which get out with unconditional. And we move to our crown, the top of our head, and charge it over 12 years. Now we take a moment to connect the lower chakras, our roots, sacral, and solar plexus, and we connect into our heart. We connect our throat, third eye, and crown, our upper chakras. We connect them together to connect into our heart, and we connect them all together. Take a moment and feel that energy. Feel what that feels like. Feel all that unconditional love going through each and every one of the areas where those fears, worries, judgments, doubts, pain, all those wounds, feel those filling up with unconditional healing love. I will place our shield with our source coming in with the vision of bright white light, covering inside and out of our crown. It draws it into our third eye with indigo and purple to our third eye, physical eyes and sinuses. We allow it to cover all those spaces that they left behind from those energies that no longer serve our highest good. We shield us. And we draw that white light and indigo down into blue into our throat, ears and jaw. We allow the energies of that blue shimmering light to fill this area, create a shield. Now we draw that light, that white light, down into purple or indigo, down into blue, into green, into our heart. Create that shield that protects us, fills us with unconditional healing love that only unconditional healing love can contain. And then we pull that white light into purple or indigo, down into blue, into green, to now yellow into our solar plexus. That the energy from that yellow light is creating a shield and strengthening the field. Now we pull that white light down into our third eye with purple and indigo, into blue into our throat, green into our heart, yellow into our solar plexus, into orange into our sacral chakra between the base of our spine and our belly button. We allow this area to receive these energies. Thank you. Now we move that white light, pull it down into purple and indigo into our eyes, blue into our throat, green into our heart, yellow into our solar plexus, orange into our sacral chakra, and red into our sacral. We allow that the energy from that bright shimmering red light to fill this area of unconditional healing love, filling all those crevices from the wounds where those fears, worries, judgments, doubts, those attachments that no longer serve our highest good. We allow them to be shielded, protected, so that we can be able to appreciate and understand love and unconditional. Now take a moment and feel that energy as it's going completely through our system. Feel that energy. Now we'll remove the excess energy so that we can be able to function through our day, and then we'll turn out and out in the day. So we remove the excess energy, and now we ground out. We allow it to release. Thank you so much. I do greatly appreciate that you chose to take this time to exchange an unconditional healing love, not just for yourself, not just for those that you know, but also for those things you don't know, and connecting with the source, and and always continuing to exchange unconditional healing love. Again, Shortly after today's session, I will have the newsletter out that will have all the links for today's session to finish out our focus on the root chakra. And then within the next week and a half, and I do ask that you bear with me should it maybe take a little bit longer given the situation with my father. Um, but that information will be out that will, so obviously our next focus of the month is going to be on our sacral chakra, which is between the base of our spine and our belly button, and our shining thing is going to be karma. So I will be putting together the mini masterclass on the sacral chakra to give you all the tools that you can be able to use throughout the month to be able to show you how to work with that chakra and how to work with the with carnelian, our shining thing, so that we can move into the next phase. So please remember to share the information that you receive. Tell everyone how it made you feel and how you were able to experience that unconditional healing love. And I thank you again for taking this time, and I will see you at the next virtual. Have a peace.